So today I'm here with Timothy Kinoti, who is the founder of Arcadia's Motorsport. And more to that, he's really passionate about it because he's also a rally car driver. Now, when you talk about motorsport, it's really mysterious. I think these guys go to great lengths in keeping secrets to themselves. But today is the day we break those barriers. And I know you've got questions that you need answers, and answers that Kinoti is the only person who can give them. So some of the questions I really want to ask Kinoti today. What is the cost of buying a rally car? And now, after you buy the rally car, what is the standard procedure? What are the requirements to be certified and registered as a rally car driver? Do you have maybe a regulating body? Do you go for classes and even undertake exams? How about the insurance? Are they the same as that of a car that is just driving normally on the road? And now, the most interesting question. Why do you get into motorsport? I mean, why? You know, maybe these guys are making millions and we outsiders don't know anything about it. And maybe it's a hobby that we all should rush into. Anyway, on to you, Kinoti. What is the cost of buying a rally car?
Well, a rally car can be as cheap as 200,000. It can be as expensive as 40 million. It's up to what you can be able to afford. But I can tell you what we went through. So for us, it's a story of how a 400,000 car transitions to being close to a 2 million.
Oh, so initial cost was 400,000?
It was a road car.
But current value is 2 million?
Yes.
Whoa, so why now? What has brought about the huge shift? Why from 400,000 to 2 million?
Let me use the word investment. It's the investment that goes into this car.
All right.
So when it's a road car, it's just a comfortable car.
All right.
So you have to change the way the car operates, the dynamics, every single bit. I'll walk you around the car and you'll see quite a number of those things.
Yeah, I really
We are talking about the safety aspects. There's a roll cage, you know,
All
if you
right,
come
let's
close
see.
here, you'll see there's a, you know, all these metallic things that you see here. These are roll cages. And they're all for safety, the paddings, just to make sure when the car is jumping around, it doesn't hurt you.
Right.
These are specialized seats, fireproof seats, you know.
Fireproof?
Fireproof seats.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to use, you know, like when it comes to motorsport or rally, building a rally car, safety is the key thing.
Okay.
It's all about speed. Don't chase speed first.
All right. So safety comes first.
That comes first.
You know, when you talk about safety, Kinoti, I realize we've got these safety belts.
Yes.
That are quite, I would call them complicated.
Yeah.
What is the essence of them? And tell me when it comes to the safety aspect.
Yes.
Kindly get
It's
it.
to hold you.
It's to
So
hold
the
you.
thing is this, you know, the normal safety belts that we use in the car,
Yeah.
they allow you to move a little bit.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can expand it, you know, even when you're driving, you could move around the like.
All right.
You don't want that in a rally car. It's quite risky.
You want to be completely strapped
Yes.
in on the chair.
Yes. Remember, the steering of this car, the stock one, had airbags. There are no airbags in this car. You have to remove them. Because the way you drive it is so rough that it will keep on triggering the deployment of airbags. So the safety belts hold you so nicely on the seat. You don't move along. You should not move a little bit.
When you're strapped in
Yes, you shouldn't move. So you're held there and you just drive the car at the right position. So that's one of the key things that change the dynamics of this car. So the other aspects that come in is there are small engineering aspects that I may not be able even to show you that you get into changing in the car for it to be optimal. Remember, quite a number of things that we use in this car are high, you know, what do you call it? It's a high performance car. You know, you literally change it from a road car to a high performance car. So you need to have expensive parts in it, you know, that are supposed to make the engine withhold that kind of pressure and, you know, high revs and all those things. So there are quite a number of very small things that, unless I show you in my records, what they are and how they come into being, you know, millions when you're building a rally car.
No, when you talk about the expensive things, I want to believe that includes the suspension, maybe the shocks that I use, they need the rally spec. When you talk about the tires, when you look at the tires of these cars, I realize they're quite different from the normal car. And I'm pretty sure when you talk about price, they're quite pricey as well.
Yeah.
Now, something about safety.
Yeah.
Here is a helmet.
Yes.
Because when you're strapped in, it simply means that from here downwards, you can move forward.
Yeah.
Now, how about from here upwards? The neck, the head.
Yes.
How are they protected? Because you've told me that safety is a maximum priority when you talk about rally cars.
Yes. So that's another cost altogether that's separate from the vehicle.
All right.
So as you can see, these are specialized racing suits and clothes. From outerwear, innerwear, socks, shoes, everything, even gloves. They are
Right.
all supposed to be homologated by FIA. You know, you don't get to buy these things from any other shop. They're very specialized. And then the helmet. This helmet has an intercom. This one. So the intercom is what helps you how communicate with your navigator while in the car, because it's so noisy. The car changed. They are not padding to
minimize
cancel
the
the
noise
noise.
and
Yes, so
everything.
it's a bare car. So you have to use things that are kind of approved and very comfortable. So that's how it is. And all these clothes, the sad reality of it, they have expiry time.
They expire.
Yes, they do.
Wait, how long should it take before your attire expires? I mean, this is
So
interesting.
we can first take like my shoe here, this shoe, if you look here, you can see the expiry will be, by 20, not valid after 2032.
Oh,
Right? So after 2032, I'll not be able to use this. It will not be approved. I can't race with it because it's an expired. Why? Because the technology that is used to manufacture this is for protecting me. It's more fireproof and other things. So the first thing in my unit is fireproof. The helmet, these are like the motorbike helmets, these are quite pricey stilo helmets. They're different ranges. Like this one costs us, I think was it like 150 Gs, I can't remember. Kenya shilling.
150,000?
Yes.
For
And it goes
helmets?
all the way to even a million, depending. Yes. On
and
the
how
class.
about your attire? Because now when we come to cost breakdown, I think it's part of the cost of you being a rally car driver, other than just the car. Your attire alone, the suits, the boots and everything, and the helmet and the padding and everything. Give us a rough estimate.
I think everything, including up to the helmet, cost me around 400,000.
400,000.
It was the cost of buying the car.
All right. Now
But it's worth it. Why not?
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
I mean,
Yes.
Kinoti is
It's
passionate
safety.
about it because if he says it's worth it, then I want to believe it's worth it. Now, on to the next question, Kinoti. You've got the car, you've got the attire. Now, what is the standard procedure, or how do you go about being registered as a rally car driver in Kenya?
Yep. So I'll tell you my story. And this is a very important story for people to know. I remember you started by saying that motorsport has gatekeeping. At Acadios, there are no gates. We don't have gates. And the thing is, we want to encourage as many people as possible to get into this motorsport game, in the cheapest way possible, but the safest way possible. There's no point of me telling you that, you need to buy a helmet of 300,000, and yet that's not an entry-level helmet. But let me tell you, once the best way to start is by volunteering in a team. You need to be part of a team so that you get to understand what goes into it.
They are safari rally, okay, they are rally car teams.
Yes. So the way we are Acadios motorsport team, there are different groups, that you can join. And the most important thing also, join a club. Like for us, we are members of two clubs. That one is the MAK, Motorsport Association of Kenya, and the Nanyuki Rally Club, where we come from. I come from Nanyuki. So I had to join my home team so that I'm able to, even support the club to grow and those kind of things. So it's through these platforms that you get to understand what are the do's and don'ts when it comes to rally. It becomes a softer landing spot for you. Because when you join or volunteer, and I deliberately using the word volunteer. Don't come to try to make money from motorsport. You may not be able to. So when you volunteer here, you get to learn, how to fix a car, which is the right car to buy. Why did you even go for a Toyota? You may think like you can just buy any car. This is not just a standard Toyota.
All right.
It's a RunX 2ZZ. And 2ZZ is the engine that has the capability to race. How would I have known that? I didn't know that prior. I had to stick around people to get to know which is the right car to buy.
No, let me just interject a bit, Kinoti. That means you need mentorship.
Yes.
Because when you talk about clubs, when you talk about being part of Motor Association of Kenya, that is more like mentorship. Now, when you talk about regulatory body, is like Motor Association of Kenya the regulatory body that maybe controls everything that happens to rally cars and the rally car drivers, or is there a bigger body? And now, after you're maybe part of it, is there an exam? Is there a trial? Right? Those are the things we need to know.
Nobody, like, yeah, the right word is mentorship, but we try to avoid the word mentorship because it's not structured. There are no structures there. It's just to see how things happen. So currently, right now in Kenyan motorsports scene, we have a push and pull in terms of reorganizing it. But the overall body is called the KMSF, Kenya Motorsports Federation, is the one that really gives drivers licenses. Is the one that should be mandated to license drivers. But right now we have, MAK has been given the authority to give licenses, competition licenses. You will not get it anywhere else. You either come join the MAK group who have that court injunction, I don't know whether it's still active, or once previously, traditionally, it's supposed to be KMSF that gives you the competition license.
Now, let me ask you a question. License. Okay, most of us are familiar with just the normal driver's license that you get from, is it NTSA? Now, when you talk about a rally car license, what do you need to do to qualify for it? Because, I mean, if it was just easy to get it, most of us would be having it, right?
Yeah.
So, what are the requirements for you to get rally car driving license?
Let me put it this way, first of all. Driving a road car doesn't mean you know how to drive a rally car. No.
Okay. That's interesting. Tell us more.
And I deliberately post there. The first thing I was told, and I'll tell someone, is you need to know how to drive. The reason is the way the driving techniques that we have on the road are so bad that if you were to bring them to a racetrack, you'll be crashing every other day. You'll be a hazard.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So you need to, that mentorship we're talking about, that's what even helps you to know how do you drive this car effectively. I'll take you on a spot and you'll see the sum of the tricks that we use, For example, power is your friend. When you hear someone tell you, give me power. When you feel like the car is veering off, you're being told, power on. Why? What does power on mean? That's how you end up stabilizing. But you have to do it practically for you to get to learn some of these things. Now let's go back to the certification process of getting the right driver's license. So the thing is, there's a whole questionnaire that you need to fill quite a number of things. They need to know who you are, your details, all those things. And for you to apply, you'll apply and pay some fee so that you get the license, the competition. It's called a competition license. And the same way you renew the NTSA license is the same way you renew the competition license, right?
And how much for the competition license?
So, luckily for this year when we were getting it, because of the court injunction, MK was allowed to give us competition licenses. We did. But I think for those who participated in WRC category earlier on, they were charged, I think, I don't want to lie. It's between 50K or something like that. It's quite some amount.
50,000.
I could be wrong,
right.
But it's something that was paid. You pay a small fee. Actually, 50 could be more. It's usually a smaller fee so that it goes into the administrative processes of the federation and those kind of things. Now, remember that fee is supposed to go and cater for the driver's needs that are outside. For example, organizing international events like Safari Rally that happened here in March, making sure the federation is able to, continuously carry on its mandate on behalf of the drivers.
It's more like sustaining.
Exactly. It's like you are a member of a circle, so there's that fee.
Sustenance fee.
Exactly. That's exactly what it
That
was.
makes a lot of sense. Now, from what I've gotten from Kenote, is that first of all, you need mentorship. Okay, you've told me not to say mentorship, but basically you need a soft padding or a soft landing by getting into a club or also being part of an association. After that, you've told me about the rally car driver's license. You've not told us about the cost, but let's just hope it's not that expensive.
I know it's not quite a lot. It's very manageable. I mean, if you can buy a uniform and buy a rally car, I don't think that license will be
No,
too
that
much.
case is settled. Honestly, yeah. That's very... there you've beaten me to nil, but that's understandable. So yes, there you have the breakdown of what you need to become a rally car driver. Now, the most interesting question. Kinoti, why motorsport? right? Why motorsport? What are the rewards? What are the returns? What is the driving force? Kindly let us in on the secrets.
So, Joanne, it's not about money. I didn't get into motorsport to make money. I know there are people who are commercializing and making money out of, being a rally driver. That's not what led me into this. It's all about passion. It's a hobby.
Okay, you want to tell me that you spent all that money buying a rally car, building it, getting that for passion. There's no monetary gain in it, honestly.
At least I'm not burning the money. Like,
burning the money.
You see on social media people who show that they have money, they burn, they throw money, whatever, buy booze, sell, throw it in there, and wash it. We don't do that. But you see, the thing is this. I love cars, and I grew up loving cars. As I told you earlier, I came from the UK, and we used to see these cars zoom past our homes.
The rally events going on. And
yes, they were really, really nice. And it's a childhood desire to just do it, even if it's for a day. Just
you want to tell me that you're living your childhood dream?
Yes.
I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing. I commend you for that. But now, other than that, okay, you're living your childhood dream. What do you make of it? Because now, if you invest something and there's nothing to show, I mean, it's a loss, business-wise, right?
So I remember there's a time we were having this conversation, like even other people, why are you into motorsport? And they're like, people started telling the truth. It's a point of them relieving day-to-day stress.
All right. Okay, first of all, when you talk about relieving day-to-day stress, rally car driving is intense.
Yes.
How is that relieving stress?
You see, this life has so many occurrences, and you need something to distract. And if you don't have, please make sure you get something to distract you off your normal day-to-day business. And for us, that's rally. The other people, it's all about golf. The others who go to relieve their stress in bars. So instead of me doing that, I decided to channel my energy, my whatever time, into doing rallying, because I've always had that desire. It's my childhood. And I get out of this a lot of satisfaction. Like, I feel like, we are here on a weekend. After this period, we go back to work. I am looking forward to doing something different about my experiences in motorsport.
Okay. There's a very famous saying that says that something has to kill a man. For Kinoti, it's motorsport. Now, Kinoti, on to another question.
Yeah.
When I look at this bonnet, I can see Precision Automotive, I can see Arcadia's Motorsport, I can see Galana Energies. Do you want to tell me that there is nothing you get from this? There's no monetary gain or monetary value you get from these companies?
So the thing is the consumption of this car is super high. And you need partners. You need people who will believe and trust what you're doing and understand your desire and passion for this motorsport and get into this. So for me, I'm very, very happy. Arcadia's Motorsport was really, really lucky to start working with Galana Energies. Let me start with Galana, just to explain to you who they are, what they do, and the like. So, last year we started thinking about which are the right fuels for our car. What are the right lubrications to use in our car. And one of the things that people don't know is that there was a time we used a certain fuel and our car had issues. And we started thinking critically, which is the best brand to work with. And so happened Galana, and it was just an amazing opportunity for us and also Galana to come and work with it. And we've done several races with this car and we don't use any other fuel. 100% Galana fuels.
Right.
Just like we'd rather, we have drums. When we know we are going to a place where we can't get, easy access to their stations, we store fuel.
You ensure that you carry their fuel from where you're coming from.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Even now, when you go to our service car, I'm very sure there's that gallon that has fuel in case we deplete what you have. And it's just from Galana. So I know there are all these conversations around what is the right, octane levels and the like. To be honest, I think what output we've had with this car, and I can even tell you from the last safari where we won our two-wheel drive category, we were just using their products and our car did not skip a bit and we didn't use any additives on that. We decided to just race it with stock fuel. So that tells you the quality of fuel there is really,
the octane rating is just awesome.
It should be. Actually, we should go and do a test.
You know, when Kinoti
Yeah.
talks about octane ratings, maybe to you, our viewer, you may not understand what octane ratings are. Octane is a chemical that is usually put in fuel to prevent something we call pre-ignition. That is when the air fuel mixture is pressed, it does not ignite before the right timing of the spark. So yes, when a fuel has high octane ratings, then it is good because it prevents pre-ignition or any knocking into the engine. So yeah, when you talk about octane ratings, I highly understand and commend Galana Energies for that.
And you know what we hate or fear as drivers is that knocking sound in your engine.
I know.
Just know you're done.
That's
Your
so
run is
true.
over. And we have to protect this engine with whatever we can.
That's
So
true,
that's
true.
one product, Galana. Now, they have another product that's called Enoch,
Oh yeah, Enoch lubricants.
the Enoch lubricants. So that's another magic bullet for us. So the thing is this. It's very easy to go and just buy oils and put in your engine. But let me take you back to how this car operates. These are very high rev engine, you know. At any given point, I don't think in my driving I'll be less than 4,500 revs.
That's
Constant.
quite high. That's
And
quite
when you
high.
look at the gears we are using, these are very high gears, you know, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So the car is really under stress. And as a mechanic, you know, what is the purpose of proper viscosity in the lubricants?
Oh yeah.
Enoch gave us
Because
very good oils.
when you talk about lubrication, especially the Enoch oils, they usually have fully synthetic oils. And the purpose of these oils is not just to lubricate the engine, but also cool the engine and clean the engine. Right? When the oil is circulating, it clears all the carbon deposits, ensuring that the engine is running efficiently. Another thing about Enoch lubricants, they do not decompose, leading to formation of sludge. Because when sludge forms into your engine, my friend, you're done for. So yes, Enoch lubricants, they really uphold so much on quality of the oil they offer. And also when you talk about their coolant, you've talked about going high revs and the engine always being under strain. That means a lot of heat is being produced. And now if you don't have the right coolant, if you don't have the right coolant that can dissipate all the heat and ensure that the engine is running efficiently, then I'm sure you can attest that as a rally car driver, overheating is your worst nightmare.
Absolutely. And I can attest to that. You know, in the last rallies, how did we become, at some point, we were top 10 in the WRC, KNRC category? You know, it was those simple things. They sound, let me put them this way. They sound simple. And indeed, they're simple because you just go and buy. But when you get the wrong product, your car will overheat and the like. So this car, what I like about the Enoch cooling product, when you get the high boiling point coolant, it saves your headache. It saves your life and loss.
You usually use the performance coolant.
Yes, I have to use the performance
Uh-huh.
coolant. I'll not just buy any other coolant from the shop. I have to order from our friends at Galana. Yes.
And now, without forgetting Precision Automotive, right? Precision Automotive. This car has been built by Precision Automotive. And let me tell you something about Precision Automotive, because I am a member, I am part of Precision Automotive family. If there's something we really prioritize on is quality work. We work to deliver and exceed your expectations as a client. So when you're building a car, we take note of the simple things, the small details that most people overlook. If it's a suspension, we ensure that it is the best suspension, all right? When it's the engine, we ensure that the engine is properly built. It is running efficiently as it should, and it is top-notch. When you talk about the suspension, the bushes, the links, everything, we ensure that quality is all that matters. So yes.
And can I say something from a rally driver? This is a true story, by the way. We don't win at the race course. You win from the garage.
So far so good, we can say that the gatekeeping has been debunked. We already know how to go about getting into motorsport, courtesy of Timothy Kinoti. And now, as for me, I'll say if you would want Precision Automotive to fix your car, you can always call us via our office line, which is 0786 888 988. And now to you, Kinoti, if someone wants to get into motorsport and they want to reach you or to maybe contact you, how can they contact you?
I'll give my personal number as well as email for those who like sending emails. My number is 0727 730 603. Our email is timothy.kinote@acadiosmotorsport.com. And you know what, Joanne? We want to make sure there are no barriers for people who are interested. You know, we came from the village. Now we are driving rally cars. And there are quite a number of other kids out here who want to be part of this game. Please
true.
get in touch. We are more than willing to work with you, to come and join our team, and we'll be able to build, you know, the best talent ever. We don't want to retain talent with us. We want it to be spread. We want this talent to be shared out there and make sure we have as many people living their dreams.
And now, Kinoti, now onto that. How about if someone wants to see what exactly you've been doing? How about your social media platform handles? How about you share them with our viewers so that they can exactly link to your journey and see how far you've come?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll give you the handles down there, but all of them, they all start with Acadios. So we are on X, Acadios Motorsport. We go to TikTok, IG. Facebook is the only one that I use. You know, we also have Acadios and my personal one. It's Timothy Kinoti. You'll find us there, and we'll tell you the whole story of Acadios. We also on YouTube. We have the history of how we built, you know, this rally car. And most importantly, I think the best place to go and find as much information is our website, www.acadiosmotorsport.com. It will lead you to all our handles, the story of how this car was a road car. Before we forgot, we were almost forgetting to convert it. You know, it was so nice on the road.
Really?
Yeah, we have all those shots, whatever we did with that car.
Nice,
you know?
nice.
Yeah, guys can go there and see. By the way, I don't know, do you know what rims we had? What color the rims were originally?
No. Tell me about it.
Go figure it out.
Oh my God.
Go check our website and you'll see the original rims that we had, and you'll get to see how the car is transformed.
All right. So there you have it. Till next time.